Hey everyone, it's Karen. It is Thursday night and I decided that this is going to be a cozy weekend the entire weekend. And I do understand that Thursday night is not the weekend, but it's the day before the weekend and I always feel like Thursday is kind of a Friday night. Like it's almost better than Friday night because of the anticipation of the weekend. So anyway, I got all my books organized. Let me show you. I requested way too many books from the library, but I want to read all of these so bad. So these are all the nonfiction that I have checked out from the library. These are nonfiction that I got in recently in my latest haul that I own that I need to read. And then these are fiction from the library. And fiction from my haul. And then this hot mess are all the books I have started but am not finished with, except for these two on top, this one and this one, which I have not started but I need to read this weekend. So right now, even though it's only a little bit after 3:30, I'm going to take a bath, put on my pajamas, and I'm going to start this book, The Novel Cure, which I think is kind of about bibliotherapy, which is something I'm super interested in. I learned about it when I was in undergrad. I wrote a paper on bibliotherapy in the classroom with kids with emotional impairments, but I'm just curious about general wellness for adults, just in reading books and all the benefits of reading. Out of the bath, and I finished this book kind of like, in my opinion, I finished it. Basically, it's kind of like more of a reference book on different things that are happening in your life and books that are like the perfect fit for that time in your life. And it's equal parts serious and actually offering legit recommendations, as well as being absolutely hilarious too. So it's kind of a mix of both. And basically, I just went through and I read the parts that pertain to me and things that are in my life that I want to work on. And I got some ideas and recommended stuff from the library. But there's also a lot of lists in here, like a list on like books you should read in your 30s and books you should read on a train, stuff like that. There even is this one section, and I think I will try and find it later and talk about it in my wrap up. But basically it is like this suggestion for people who buy too many books. And it is so intense that I don't think there's any way it would work for anyone on BookTube. But I will share it in my wrap up once I can find the page and look at it, and you guys can tell me if it would work for you. I'm gonna make dinner now. I think I'm gonna have a sushi bowl. I hope I have some seaweed. I don't remember if I have some seaweed snacks that I can cut up or not. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, I'm sitting down to read for a little bit, but I just wanted to show you this notebook that I am using for this. So this is for the year of reading one's own. I am starting with December, and then I'm gonna create like a thing for each week. And this is being, the whiteout is drying, so that's why there's not a number 1 here. But I have a little bit of time left tonight to read. I could possibly get one more book on here. But these are the books I read, and if they're borrowed, they just have a little squiggle by them. But if they were from my library, I'm numbering them, and then it will just continue with the next week with either 7 or 8 to start with. And basically, the reason I'm keeping track is I want to know how many books from my collection that I have read. But the other thing is, I decided that I'm going to try really hard to get to 100 books that I own, that I have read since starting the year of reading one's own, because then, even if it's not the end of the year, I'm gonna allow myself to buy books, probably from Book Outlet, Yeah, but not until I reach 100 books that have been read from my collection. So I just read the first chapter of Beloved. I have never read this book before, and I actually listened to it on Audible because it's read by the author, and her voice is just like soothing, even though the content of this book is absolutely horrible. All right, so I finished this book and I would probably give it like 2.5 stars. I thought the medical parts were really interesting because I'm really interested in neurology and all that sort of stuff. But this doctor, I just did not like him at all. I just think he's such an asshole. And there was one point in the book where someone stuck a tube down someone's nose and whatever. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a doctor. And he did not want that patient to have that. So instead of freaking out in a more normal way, he like started screaming at the nurse in front of everybody, in front of all the patients, and he like grabbed his nose. Who does that? What the heck? So this backpack came today. I got it with a gift card. I'm so obsessed with Sweden and I've wanted one of these backpacks forever. So I'm making this into a reading backpack. So in this front pocket, I have like some post-it note things to mark. It's still not kind of stretched out yet. And then I have like all these pens that I use for annotating and stuff. And then in the inside part, I am going to keep my reading notebook and whatever book that I am mostly reading. And yeah, super excited. It's my lunch break, so I'm going to get some books. Alright, I thought I would do a quick library haul. I got If You Tell, which I forgot who told me about, but someone on BookTube. And I believe it is about a girl who, when she is younger, her mom is murdered. I'm pretty sure. True crime. And then, I have to like switch hands. I can't do this. I got A Far Cry from Kensington, which was in the Novel Cure book that I read about. Apparently, I need to read this to cure my ailments. And then Matthew is doing the Karamazov brothers, whatever. And this is the translation he recommended, so I'm going to try this, although I'm super far behind because I'm on chapter 3 and I was supposed to read like 90 pages by today. So we'll see. And then Ariane told me about this book, The Forbidden Schoolhouse, and so I picked it up from the library. I'll talk to you guys soon. So I'm gonna make this for lunch-ish dinner tonight. Curried yellow split pea soup, only I don't have yellow split peas, so it will be green. Okay, I have to teach kids in China in about 2 hours, 7:30, but I am going to have this first. It's a cocoa candy cane cream pie. It's vegan, and I'm just gonna read and enjoy this and hang out. This book is so messed up and so good. So this lady marries this guy who says he's 4 years older, and ends up being 10 years older. I can't remember when she got married, but she's like 16 or 18 or something, super, super young. So 10 years is a big difference. And then after they get married, all of a sudden this lady calls and says, when are you going to pick up the damn kids? And apparently she finds out that her new husband has 3 kids that he never said anything about. So one is actually like a baby, like an infant, and the other 2 are older. So they come and live with them, and it's just crazy. Like one of them, there's a little boy and he doesn't talk. And then there's a little girl who's older and she does all the talking for her brother, and she's so bossy. And she's just like an absolute terror. And she'll even like smash like things that are made of glass and then put the glass in the bottom of people's shoes and stuff like that. She sounds so horrible. And then finally the birth mom dies, and so they get the baby too, who is now much older and is basically like a feral child. So plus they have 2 kids of their own, so there are 5 kids, 3 of them essentially feral, and it's just so crazy. So in this book, basically the kids were raised by this mom that was like alcoholic and super, super like hot mess of a life. And so that's why when they went to live with their dad, things were pretty rough. But now they're talking about the dad's mom, and oh my gosh, she is so bad too. So her husband is apparently really nice, but she makes him sleep outside in this shed. And then she is in charge of a nursing home, and she has like these 2 people that she calls the retards that work for her. And she makes them do stuff at work and at her home, that she'll make them like scrub the floor and do all sorts of stuff for her at home. If they don't do something fast enough, she'll like punch or kick them. And yeah, she's super abusive. And then there was one time when one of them didn't do what she wanted, so she put their head in the toilet and kept flushing. Hey, so I woke up this morning super late, like 8 o'clock, because I stayed up until 1 o'clock finishing my book from yesterday, which is You Never Tell, I'll Never Tell, something about not telling. It was so good. I had to do a separate review on that, so look for that, I think, on Monday. When am I posting this? You probably already saw it. And yeah, I filmed that video. I filmed like a health and wellness video. I went for a walk, and now I'm gonna figure out what I feel like for lunch. Mixing it up by reading in my office, and I'm going to start the Parker Inheritance, which I need to read by tomorrow, but I'm really excited about this one. It looks so good. I just realized I haven't vlogged much today, but anyway, I am reading the Parker Inheritance, which is for my book club tomorrow. So I'm procrastinating a bit because I'm only on page 98, but this book is really, really good. Basically, this girl moves to this small town where her grandma used to live, but her grandma has since passed away, and she's just there for the summer with her mom. And her grandma has kind of a legacy in this town because she was trying to solve a mystery and find a buried treasure, and destroyed a tennis court, and thus was fired from her job and all this stuff. And so while she's exploring the attic in her grandma's house, she finds like a logic puzzle book, which she is obsessed with. This book is so nerdy. I love it. And inside is a note that it appears her grandma has left her. It was written by someone else, but it seems like her grandma wanted her to find it. And it's basically telling her of a buried treasure and gives her the first clue. And so her and her friend from across the street are trying to solve the mystery. He is bullied a lot because he is not following like the expected role for a boy to have, I suppose. He is really interested in books with female lead characters. And so there's like one scene where they go to the library and he convinces her to check out books and they can share them. And so he checks out all the boy books and then he gets her to check out all the girl books. And then all of a sudden he's done with his books and wants to switch. And she's like, oh, I wonder if he even read them. Yeah, so at this point for me, it's not clear if he's gay or trans, but it doesn't really matter. It just adds more depth to his character in the story. So I have to do Vipkid in 15 minutes. I have been doing it between 7 and 8 a.m. before school and then Friday and Saturday nights. But I decided this is my last Saturday night to do it because I just want to be able to completely relax and not have a job that I have to do on Saturday nights. But anyway, my alarm just went off to tell me I have a class in 15 minutes. For those of you who don't know, Vipkid is teaching kids in China. You're teaching them English online, and my alarm is like the voice of this little kid saying like, teacher, it's time for class, or something like that. And my cat just freaked out. She was staring at my phone like, I don't know, like maybe she's from China or something. Hey everyone, it is Sunday. Today is my screen-free day. So besides listening to church, which you can hear in the background, I am not going to be on screens today. Oh, and also I have a book club at 3 that will be on a screen. But I'm not going on a screen for like entertainment purposes today. So yeah, I should get a lot of reading done and just have time to relax. I just finished the best book. I'm debating on if I want to review it now or wait until after my book club is over, but I won't be able to edit it today because of my screen-free day. But anyway, it's gonna be a good day. I hope you guys are having a good day too, whatever day you're watching this. I'll see you soon. So for whatever reason, I ended up not checking the mail yesterday, and there were 2 amazing things in there. First of all, my friend mailed me a Christmas gift of socks. So I have little yoga socks, and then I have cat and book socks, which are on my feet right now. So I might do a video of them later or put in a picture. And then I also got my book of the month for Parnassus, so I'll be unwrapping that soon, but I need to read Beloved really quickly because I'm supposed to check in today. So my book of the month came from Parnassus today. Trying to unwrap it right now. This is the only unboxing you're gonna get these days. And it is The Cold Millions by Jess Walter. So we will see if this is good. It's by the author of The Beautiful Ruins, which I think I have heard of that book. Let's see. The letter was written by Kat. There's always a letter that comes with your book. Dear First Editions member, it is an understatement to say that 2020 has given us much to think about in terms of how we learn about our history as Americans and how we envision our future moving forward. At times, I've needed to take a break from refreshing my news updates about our current crises and look back, considering how people faced the injustices they were confronted with and managed to envision and begin to move forward, build a more just world. Jess Walter has given us a novel that allows us to do just that in The Cold Millions. Set in Spokane, Washington in 1910, we follow 2 orphan brothers as they try to survive and build a life for themselves. As a workers' rights movement gains popularity and they get involved with the unions, the results are something neither could anticipate. Along with the fictional brothers, the real-life activist Elizabeth Gurley Flynn plays a prominent role and is truly a force that brings the narrative to life. It is a story that is partially a snapshot of American history, partially an adventure, and partially a testament to the love siblings have for each other. With the cold millions, we are able to interact with the issues that were part of the world of 1910 Spokane and are still very much with us today in a supremely human and engaging story that is just perfect for the moment in which we find ourselves. Yours in reading, Kat Bach. Yay! And of course, it's signed. So I'm going to start that right now.